Well, you all know that Kylian Mbappe has really put in a lot of pressure to PSG to leave a side which goes by the names of PSG to join any club that will be willing to cough the money that PSG is really valuing him in to leave the club. And guess what? A story has arrived that Manchester United is ready to put in big money to battle with Real Madrid on Kylian Mbappe. That's one of the stories we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Harry Maguire injury boost. That is really going to be one of those that we're going to talk about on this channel. And obviously, we're going to talk about the players and why they really carried out the recovery training in the evening today at Carrington. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, right bottom corner, there is the word subscribe. Sorry, there is a red button. There is a red button with the word subscribe, and hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's get this rolling because it's really one of those stories that I really believe I should work upon and respond to, because people put out stories for us to come here to bring them to you and to give you our opinions and what we think about them. Now, this story of Kylian Mbappe has been reported by Franceschi Agulia. You get? He's telling us that Real Madrid are in pole position to sign Kylian Mbappe, but Manchester United and Chelsea can also put a big amount on the table for him. So, the statement includes Real Madrid, and they're really giving him the number one choice for signing Kylian Mbappe. And obviously, we know that Real Madrid was wanting to sign this player, and they made a bid of 160 million euros, or million pounds, I think, in the summer of 2021. And PSG turned it down. Even in January, Real Madrid never came in through because they knew that maybe the player had made his decision to stay at PSG, and they thought that they would have really gotten him as a free agent, and it didn't come to happen. And it didn't come to happening. And obviously, shocking news that really came in through towards the beginning of this season, that Kylian Mbappe has gone ahead to sign a new contract with PSG that saw him earn close to £1 million per week. That is Kylian Mbappe for you. And the former president of Real Madrid came out and really blamed Florentino Perez a lot, that what you did was so much amateurish. You would have really put this boy on contract in January that he's going to go in and really come to the side. He referred to his Cristiano Ronaldo signing. He said, I met with Ronaldo. We agreed with Ronaldo that is going to come to Real Madrid in 2009. Obviously, we wanted him in 2008 after winning the Ballon d'Or with United and winning the Champions League. But we agreed with United that, please, let this player come in 2009. At £80 million, a pre-contract was signed, and there is no way Ronaldo could turn heel at Real Madrid for not joining them, because there was a contract that was binding him to joining Real Madrid. And obviously, lots of things would have changed in Ronaldo's mind by then, because he really loved Real Madrid and wanted to play for them. But remember, in 2008, United played the Champions League finale. In 2009, they played the Champions League finale, meaning that he knew that maybe there would have been another chance to win a Champions League with United in a row, because even after 2009, I think 2011, United played the Champions League finale, and where Ronaldo was, he was not even playing semi-finals of the Champions League. So it shows you how his mind would have changed, and this is the reason as to why Florentino Perez was really put onto the shock, onto the blame, because he really never gave Kylian Mbappe a free contract. And if I only had given Kylian Mbappe a free contract, trust me, Kylian Mbappe would have been a player for a side which goes in Madrid by the start of this season. But as things are really going on, Mbappe wants out of PSG. Obviously, to me, the reason I really believe is Erling Haaland, because Haaland is at Man City scoring in goals, and he is really looking to be further into the Ballon d'Or ranking than Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, we all know that as how things stand, Mbappe and Erling Haaland are the heir to the thrones of Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. As things are really standing, these two are really toe to toe with one another. But right now, it looks like Erling Haaland has really stripped more more feats than a man who goes by the names of Mbappe, and that's why Mbappe really wants to leave. And obviously, people will say that he wants to go to Real Madrid, but don't rule out Manchester United in this. Don't rule out Manchester United in this. Reason being, the player that is really giving that's giving Mbappe sleepless nights is playing the champion in the Premier League. You never know. A change in mind can happen because he would like to bring in direct competition. The good thing is that these players are all 21 years of age. Mbappe can say, I can go to Manchester United, play some 2-3 years head to head with him. Then at 25, I cross and go to Real Madrid. That will be at his prime. His prime age, because this pressure needs to be taken to another level. Competition should be really put to the next level, and they should be in line with this. And obviously, look at Mbappe. One of the reasons he's giving that he's leaving PSG is that they promised him they're going to sign a world-class center forward. But where? At Real Madrid, where he's going, trust me, there is no world-class center forward. And this confirms to you that maybe this is why the agent of Rashford traveled to PSG and talked to the owners of PSG that maybe they can sign Rashford. Maybe they knew that maybe Mbappe was going to leave this summer. Was going to leave either in January or this summer. That's why they want to go on and sweet talk Marcus Rashford to go in and play. But with how Rashford is really settling in at Manchester United, I doubt that he can go ahead and really do the needful and really leave Manchester United. Secondly, people will say Manchester United doesn't have the money. Who tells you we don't have the money? Guys, we all knew that. We never had money to spend. The budget was close to 150 million pounds or 120 million pounds. And before we brought in Casemiro and Anthony, United had only spent close to 13 million pounds on Malacia. 46 million pounds. Call that 60 million pounds Malacia and a player who goes by the names of Malacia and a player who goes by the names of Lisandro Martinez. That is 60 million pounds. We had only spent 60 million pounds. Ericsson came in on a free. And guess what? We spent close to 160 million pounds more. Where did it come in from? For Anthony and a player who goes by the names of Casemiro. And Casemiro. So it shows you that if there is interest for this player, United, if they want to get Kylian Mbappe, they can break the bank. They can look for money to go in and really bring in this player. You get? Why would they bring in a player like Kylian Mbappe? They need to make more money in. They need to make shirt sales in. That's it. When Ronaldo came in through, United made a lot of money and they did the needful and sold 2 million shirts. They made a lot of money. That's why the Glazers don't want Ronaldo to leave Manchester United. As rumors were trading in the corridors of Old Trafford that Ten Hag would be okay for Ronaldo to go, but the Glazers don't want him to go. Reason being, he's really a money-making machine for them. So wouldn't United want to sign one of the best money-making machines players now and then, now and in the future? I think the answer is yes. The answer is obviously yes, because they signed Ronaldo to that, and obviously Mbappe can make in more and put in more for a side which goes by names of Manchester United. But the problem will always be, where is Mbappe going to play? Will Erik ten Hag sanction this transfer to go in and happen? I think the only blocking factor will be Erik ten Hag, because he doesn't believe in signing players like Kylian Mbappe. I believe he'll tell them that, please get me Cody Gakpo and the center forward. You get? Because they did this to him on Anthony and Casemiro when he was really wanting these players earlier enough and they didn't come in through. But when pressure accumulated on the team of United after Sir Jim Ratcliffe came in through and really said that we want to go in and really buy this club, obviously they really went in for Anthony at 85 million pounds and Casemiro at 70 million pounds. So two players, 160 million pounds, where I would have really spent close to 90 million pounds on these two players and saved some other 60, 70 million pounds that would have brought in Cody Gakpo and maybe another centre forward. So it shows you how bad we looked in that transfer window, because the Glazers really didn't put it up to the levels Ten Hag really wanted it to be. So let no one lie to you that United can't get the money to sign Kylian Mbappe. They can get that money. They can get that money. But the big problem is, will Erik ten Hag sanction this move? Will the player want to come to Manchester United? And with the glimmers of hope, with the glimmers or with the cameos that you're seeing in that team of Manchester United, I think we are becoming an attractive team again. I think we are not going to struggle to convince players to come to Manchester United, because we have the big name, obviously, but the problem is always one. The project, is it convincing to the players? But right now, the project is so much convincing to the players, and obviously I know they're really going to come in through and redo the needful. And Ten Hag won't really take a lot to convince players to come in through, because the project looks good. And obviously, every player that Ten Hag has signed is really doing great. Malacia, Lisandro Martinez, Eriksen, Casemiro, Anthony, all those 5 players are really doing great, and they are so much pivotal in our season. And you see Anthony having 3 goals in 3 games in the Premier League. Look at Malacia playing very well amidst that huge mistake or blunder against side which goes by the names of Omonia that we are playing on Thursday. Then there is another Casemiro. You saw him play very well in that game that we really played against side which goes by the names of Everton and Omonia. He really even put up an assist. He really shielded the back four very well. So it shows you that other players that really signed are really doing great. And guys, that is the story about Kylian Mbappe. It might look like a hoax, but if United put in the effort to sign him, I believe something can happen. Something can happen. Though people say, we don't have money. But where did these people get money to sign Anthony and Casemiro at 160 million pounds? You get? Where did they get that money? If at all they can spend 80 million pounds on this guy, you can't tell me that United can't go and spend 200 million pounds on Kylian Mbappe, because I believe that will be close to 250 million euros, an amount that could turn around a team which goes by the names of PSG. So let's wait and see where this is going to end, but obviously we are really hopeful that a positivity can come out of that. Then Rob Dawson, he's a correspondent of Manchester United at the ESPN, as well as that Harry Maguire's injury is only minor and his recovery is going on well. Harry is hopeful of making himself available for Erik ten Hag's team before Gareth Southgate names his World Cup squad on October 20th. So Harry Maguire, you see, the fact is, I don't want him to be a United player, that's it. Because he's not fit. He cannot even play like he saw Lindelof playing those 2 games of Omonia and a team which goes by the names of Everton. I believe if Harry Maguire was partnering alongside Harry Maguire, alongside Lisandro Martinez in that game of a team which goes by the names of Everton over the weekend that we won 2-1, we would have gone ahead to really concede, because he always bottles up things. You know that very well. His other third name is Calamity. He's calamitous in this game of football. So why we are talking about him is simple. We are in a vulnerable situation as far as the back four is concerned. We are having 3 defenders fit, and we found ourselves with only 1 fit defender in the game of Omonia. Something that you wouldn't like your team to be in. And you'd rather have a Harry Maguire fit to play into these games of football. Obviously, however much is going to come in and not really put up a performance that most of us are going to come here and really hail. But obviously, you wouldn't like to see him out for long until we bring in other centre-backs. So, this is good news. That is an injury boost for Harry Maguire. That is only a minor injury, and his recovery is going on well. And he's hopeful of making himself available for Erik ten Hag's team before Gareth Southgate names his World Cup squad on October 20th. Obviously, for him going to the World Cup, that is already a done deal. You remember, in the Euros, Harry Maguire was injured and he was taken to the Euros. and he started to play in the third game of the Euros. So in the World Cup, it's going to be the same old song. Gareth Southgate can't miss out on naming Harry Maguire. He's going to name him in his squad unless otherwise there is an injury that really keeps him out until the World Cup is ended. This guy won't be part of the English squad. But if at all the injury is really minor, as we're being told by Rob Dawson, Harry Maguire is really going to be fit. And I saw him in the photo that was really taken when United players were all holding a shirt that had 700 goals for Ronaldo that he scored, that he really reached by scoring that goal against Everton. I saw him in that photo, meaning that he was given a holiday to go in Portugal. He returned on Monday. He trained with the team, and after training with the team, he might be fully fit, even in contention, to start in that game against Omonia, as Ten Hag looks to rest Lisandro Martinez, because Lisandro Martinez has played so much football and obviously he needs a rest into this game of football as we prepare for Newcastle over the weekend. So Harry Maguire injury boost, he's really going to come in through and really be playing for United as soon as possible because he really got a minor injury. The other update I'm really waiting for as far as injuries are concerned is Anton Martial. I want to hear about Tuanzebe, because if Tuanzebe was really fit, he would have really gotten time to come in and play in these games that were really so much compact. And if at all he really comes back, he's going to come in and really enjoy this game of football. Even Brandon Williams, if at all he really returns and impresses the manager, of which I know he will, some games you're going to see Brandon Williams start on the right back as Dalot is benched to really give him enough rest into this game of football. So that is Harry Maguire and other injuries at Manchester United. And lastly, we've been told by Manchester United, with the Everton game played at the later kickoff time, United's first team undertook a recovery session at Carrington. This meant some of our young stars were also given opportunity to be involved. Obviously, these young stars are always involved in the training, and obviously a recovery training was taken at at Carrington, and I saw Ronaldo, Anthony, and very many others trying to warm up in there for you to prepare for the game of Omonia that's going to start, that's going to be played on Thursday at Old Trafford. Now, the big question has always been, what is Anton Martial all about? That is the big question that is really bubbling into our ears, and we want to know what is happening with Anton Martial. But with that, we know that Anton Martial really got a back injury, but let's wait and see if it's not that serious into that game of football when United was playing a side which goes by the names of Everton. And he first put up that assist, and then he really went off in the 29th minute. But good enough, we are going to get that news when Ten Hag really comes up in the press conference tomorrow at Carrington, telling us about what United is going to be like versus Omonia. And obviously, that is what the game of football is going to be about, and the recovery training has taken place in there for you. And one of the things I've noted is that Anthony and Ronaldo are really having a very huge bond in between them that looks like more than friendship. They're really loving one another. Anthony is willing to learn from one of the best players that has ever graced the planet as far as playing football is concerned, and he's the greatest goal scorer of all time in world football, and he's having 700 club goals plus 118 country goals, meaning that he is nearing 900 goals. This guy is really unbelievable, and obviously Messi is just 9 goals behind him to hit 700 career goals at PSG or in his total career. So guys, feel free to go in the comment section, tell me what you think about Manchester United ready to join Mbappe battle, or ready to break the bank to sign Kylian Mbappe, because Real Madrid is in this battle, Chelsea is in this battle, and they want him. Then Harry Maguire's injury boost, what do you think about his return? Because we are being told that he's having a minor injury. It's not a very bad injury, and he's returning to Carrington, and I saw him on Monday training with his fellow teammates. I don't know whether he was really in group training or single training or individual training. I don't know about that, but let's wait and see what the man is going to tell us on Wednesday, that is tomorrow, in the press conference before the game of a team which goes by the names of Omonia, coming to Old Trafford. Thank you guys for watching in. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm going to come back later with another video. All I do Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because there is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, there is Diego Dalot, there is Rio Ferdinand talking about Sancho. There is which other story? There are very many stories that I can come in and really put in for you, but obviously I'm going to choose on which story I'm going to do for you next onto the United Matters channel. But thank you for keeping it this channel, and you guys are really great, and I love you. Thank you for loving me, and I'm loving you back by really bringing you this untimely content every day and every week, every month, and every year. We are going to be here presenting to you these stories. I sign out for now. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord to watch over you with his big eye that looks and controls the entire world. I'm out.